My name's Chas Bruns, and I travel the world in search of the cheapest food, hostels, transportation, and tours so you don't have to. Which means you're going to get to find out some of the best places in the world to eat, some of the best people in the world to meet,
howdy, partner,
and where to go to have a damn good time. And the best part is, I'm going to show you how to do it all dirt cheap. This episode is proudly brought to you by Zoltar Shalamar Industries. Diagnostic algorithms, astral vehicles, thought portals, wellness consulting, gree apparatus, and fitness equipment for the mind, body, and soul, with a special emphasis on diagnostic and interventional modalities incorporating the utilization of sound waves, proton precession, ionizing radiation, and annihilation energy at 0.511 MeV. So I'm back in Maine for the summer, and I'm headed on a fishing trip to Grand Lake Matagamon. Because honestly, there's no better place in the world to spend summer than Maine. Plus, my dad's fans just won't stop bugging me to have him in another episode. So here you go, ladies, some more Rick Bruns. Ask and you shall receive. We're staying at the Madigan Wilderness Campground. My dad's been taking our family fishing here since we were kids. But I haven't been here in at least 10 years. Feels good to be back. There's only one general store, but it has everything you need. You can get some food at the kitchen, some Maine souvenirs in the gift shop, or you can, get what I'm here for, some cheap beer. But in case you forgot anything, they've got you covered. And it's not just a fishing camp. It's also for hunting, snowmobiling, ATVing, all that good Maine fun stuff. But it's summer, so let's get back outdoors. Before the fishing can begin, we gotta set up camp. We're staying at the Foxhole Cabin. It's $125 a night for 2 people. Every person after that has to pay $40. The cabin sleeps 5 total, but if that's too rich for your blood, they also have tenting sites for $32 for 2 people, plus $5 for every person after that. But we were being kind of fancy and wanted our own toilet and shower. But split 5 ways, it was only $49 a person. For breakfast, we got Cheerios with flax milk and blueberries for $1.80 a person.
Good morning. About to go fishing, having Cheerios and flax milk and blueberries, and beautiful day, sun's out, light wind, lots of bugs. Good for fishing.
What are you doing, Dad?
Getting the rods ready, getting ready to go out fishing, getting everything in line so we can just get out there and catch them. Almost ready.
While my dad gets the rods ready, his friend Steve Provost is going to show us how to tie a fly.
The way to properly tie a fly onto a leader is to put it through the eye of the hook and begin circling it 7 or 8 times. Then hold the leader and go back through the first loop that you made. Like that. Hold on to that. Pull it tight. Cinch it. And then clip off the excess. And voila, you have a tight fly ready for fish.
So my friends over at Gonex sent me this awesome bag, and I love it because it's only 2.5 pounds, and I hate hiking with heavy bags. This bag fits everything I need. My rod collapses down, I can fit it in there. My waders fit in there. It's got a polyester nylon blend, so it's water resistant. The Bear system has a metal in the back that adjusts to your spine, so you're comfortable no matter what you're doing. It's awesome. Good to go. Time to go fishing in Grand Lake Matagamon. It gets as deep as 95 feet, but averages 23, which makes it great for brook trout, landlocked salmon, and smallmouth bass. We're gonna troll around and see what we can find. We're heading out towards the islands, and it can get a little windy. And wet, so hold on to your hats. Unless you're badass like Steve. And at least it's sunny out. Trolling is when you casually ride around with the rods hanging out of the boat, and you hope that something bites.
fish on.
I was happy for Steve, but also a little jealous. That son of a gun always catches the first fish. I could tell my dad was itching to catch one too. The competition was on. I think Steve thought if he switched to a new lure, it might give him an advantage. I strategized how to compete, but then I remembered fishing was about patience. So I cracked a beer and basked in the sun. 'Cause let's be honest, fishing is about being one with nature.
Campsite. That campsite, a few years ago, we were camping there with the kids, and there were about 1,000 monarch butterflies that were breeding in there on the way back from Mexico. It was cool.
It really is beautiful up here. Okay, let's get back to the fishing. Here's a song my dad wrote with Greg Lund. It's called Gotta Get Mo. I think it's a good fishing song.
I gotta get mo. I got one. Looks like a keeper. Can't get much. It's a brook trout. Perfect size for dinner. A native Maine brook trout. Healthy. Get a close up on the colors on that fish. It's beautiful.
Greenbacks stacked to the sky, not just enough to get by.
We're keeping this one? Yep. Keeping a couple for dinner tonight.
Gotta get more.
Looks like I finally got one.
Could be a big one.
You think so?
Or else I got some seaweed.
That line is bending pretty good.
5 in a red dress.
Salmon. Oh, brookie.
Brook trout.
This one's for supper tonight.
My dad's actually a vegan, but Steve is a master chef, and he said he'd cook me up a couple of them. I'm looking forward to it. But don't feel bad, we let most of them go. This little guy was just too small.
PB&J. Really good on the water. Vegan.
You really can't beat homemade PB&J.
Can't cover up that. No more, no games, no more that.
I'm making Steve do all the driving, tying all the flies for us. That's pretty good.
That's what a Maine guy does.
Man on the ground. You purr and I will growl.
And Steve really does know his way around a boat. He hasn't gotten us lost yet.
And I'm vegan, so I can't eat it. But I can catch it. Looks like a trout and looks like he's fighting at the top. The Dodgers rolling. There he is. See the flash? He's coming in.
It's a monster.
Oh, it's a horn. It's a big one.
I gotta sit in the fighting chair for this one.
That's nice.
That's a good fish. Chaz, you wanna eat him?
Just gotta get
It doesn't mean no.
I didn't know you could catch a smelt on a lure.
No, actually, that's a little salmon. That's a nice little salmon. Yeah.
The viewers need to know. They gotta be bigger than that.
He's about 13.
Fish on! Fish on! Fish on! Reel it in!
It's just a
After a long day of fishing, it was time to head back to the cabin and get a fire going.
invite the neighbors over.
Sorry for the crappy audio this episode. I forgot my windsock, and boats are loud and windy. My bad.
I'm cooking vegan tonight because it's good for me and it's good for the planet. And I'm doing it in a beautiful cabin, the Foxhole Cabin at Madigan Camps. And you know what? Life is good. I'm cooking some rice and quinoa mixture that I'm boiling on the stove. We've got some vegan bread. We're gonna chop up a bunch of vegetables to go in it. Nice portobello mushroom. It's gonna taste great in that quinoa. Garlic, mushrooms, peppers, onions. And French picnic salt. The best thing on earth. Herbs de Provence. I get the French picnic salt from the Farm and Table in Cape Porpoise, Maine.
My dad and I spent about $10 each at the grocery store to get all this stuff, but we'll get a few meals out of it.
Delicious, nutritious, and good for you. Definitely creates a good night's sleep. And I'm having a vegan beer. Life is good.
Vegan, not vegan. Cooking, no cooking. Life is good.
If you want a chicken sandwich like Steve, feel free to get it at the main lodge for $8.50. But tonight, we're eating vegan.
It is good.
He's not lying. It's pretty damn good. So in the past few years, they've installed some electric light bulbs, but if you really want to be old school, they still have the gas lanterns. And more or less, you push in here, turn it up, and you light it with a match, and hopefully it doesn't go boom. There we go. You never know. Patience is a virtue when it comes to working with gas. What are you doing, Steve?
Tying flies.
I already know some of you are going to comment and complain, we don't know a guy named Steve who can drive us around in his boat all day for free. And you're right. Which is why today we're going to go fly fishing. All you need is your rod and the stream. Just be prepared to do some hiking. For breakfast, we ate what we already bought yesterday, so technically, this is free.
So, I'm thinking about fly fishing this river here, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm going to go try to ask this guy that's behind me, see if he knows what's up. Hey there, you know how to fish these parts?
Well, hey, buddy. Matter of fact, I do.
Okay, I lied. That's my brother Andy. And that's not really how he talks. He drove up a day late, so to punish him, I told him he couldn't be in the video unless he did the Maine accent.
Get in here! The fishes are jumping!
At least he tried.
So if you're like me and you hate black flies, bug net, $5.
You ain't gonna bite me none, Bubsky.
Hey, have you caught anything?
Oh yeah, we've got like at least 7 or 8 so far. I got 3 in my ear, 3 in my nose, 2 in my mouth.
No, the fish, not the black flies.
Oh no, I haven't caught anything yet.
He's getting eaten alive.
No, mine's up in the back of the truck, but I thought I could do without it. It's not working out too well. The Maine state bird, the black fly.
These bugs are ridiculous.
Andy lost his hook in a tree, so he's tying a new one.
Let's see what I can remember from 10
The
years
reason we
ago.
say 8 times is just because that's the lucky number of wraps, so that if you get hooked on a rock or a tree or a big fish, the line won't pull out. It cinches on itself. It holds itself there steady. And see how it cinches down on there? And then we clip off this little piece right here.
Okay,
and it's ready to go.
It's easier than I remember.
Yep. Great. We're in the east branch of the Penobscot River where it comes out of Grand Lake Matagamon. I'm going to go out here and see if I can entice one of these fish to come up and take my fly. We've got some kayakers coming down through that are fishing out of their boats too. It is. Gotta love it. Oh, not too bad when the wind pops.
I'm so much better than my brother. It's a good thing I'm here to show him how to do this. He'd be lost without me.
You know, my brother always tries to tell me how to fish. He doesn't know a thing. He's an idiot.
Yeah!
He might have been right. I didn't catch anything.
I'm letting these guys do all the work. I'm just gonna eat them. Oh yeah! You've got a salmon. Oh yeah. Is it a keeper?
Nope.
Catch and release.
Catch and release. Notice I'm not touching him with my hand. I'm touching him with the net.
And why is that?
Because our oils in our skin. Whoops. There he goes. Professional release. Whoop. There you go.
There he goes.
Because the oils in our skin burn their skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been out here twice as long as you, so maybe there is some skill to this thing.
I was lucky because I was looking up at you guys watching you film.
Yeah.
And I had the rod just hanging here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I felt it go and I was like, fish on! Salmon. Smaller than the last one. But netted, it's official. 2 for 2.
Time for the next fishing hole.
I'm looking for a stream up a road. Scraggly Lake Road.
Just following directions.
When you're out in the deep Maine woods, you never know what you're gonna find. Some fresh spring water. Don't mind if I do.
Tastes like nature.
Speaking of nature, some flamingos are nesting. Well, kind of. These birds looked pretty strange to me, and so did the farmers. I asked them where the best fishing hole was, but their lips were sealed. They weren't telling me nothing.
We're going into the Seboeis River. We're taking a few black flies with us.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Paper birch bark. Best thing to get is fire started if you're out in the wilderness and you don't have anything to get started. If you can get fire on this, it will burn very well. And then right here, this is Spagna Moss. I've heard that some people make tea out of it, that supposedly maybe the Indians used to do that. I don't know, I've never tried it, but that's Spagna Moss.
Now you know what moose poop looks like. Delicious.
Gluten-free.
No moose poop was actually eaten in the filming of this show. Don't eat it, you'll probably get sick, and you might even die. In general, don't eat random stuff from the Maine woods. You don't want diarrhea on a fishing trip.
So this is called cobble. It deposits on the bend of a river, and the river, of course, pushes them down and deposits them here. When you see these size rocks, I'm told that it's a good place if there was any gold in the river that would be settled underneath this or around this cobble on the bends of the river. There might be gold at our feet.
Nothing. Looks like the beaver got started but then gave up.
Some guy was following us, and I tried to ask him where we should go fish, and he didn't really have much to say. Personally, I don't think he wanted us anywhere near his fishing hole. He kind of looked familiar, but I don't think I've seen it before. Regardless, we decided to move downriver to find our own fishing spot. Voila! Très magnifique!
As beautiful as it is up here, we're not catching a damn thing.
For lunch, we decided to head back to the cabin to have Steve make us some fresh fish.
I'm making junior lake shrimp, which is trout filleted, sliced. We're going to remove the bones from the brook trout, just like that. And voila, we have a strip. With brook trout, the skin is delicious. There are no scales on a brook trout. Dipped in a seasoned batter of flour, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, fried quickly with a sauce made of mayo, lemon, and dill. This is a Maine recipe passed down by friends to friends. Chas is my friend. The older I get, the better I can cook.
We got the last secret ingredient right here.
But I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it all.
Appetizers are served.
Junior lake shrimp.
Catch it yourself, and the meal's free.
The mosquitoes are a garnish.
But let's call it a buck a person to cover the spices and dip.
Oh yeah. Wow. There's a lot of layers to this.
I try for layers. This don't look like shrimp to me.
No sir.
Doesn't taste like shrimp, it tastes better. Thank you, Steve.
Good job, Stevie.
Steve took a moment to bask in his glory. He deserved it.
Good. Okay.
Try the sauce. The sauce really makes it.
Ah, who the hell made that?
I'm sorry.
No, every year. Perfect. Do it again next year. Thank you.
I'll be the judge of this. Delicious.
I guarantee a 100% refund if not satisfied.
I don't need my money back, sir. I'll pay double. So we're gonna do some s'mores, and you want to get a a tree that is still living, because if you use one that's already dead, it'll light on fire, and your marshmallow will light on fire. That's no fun for anyone. So if you've got a knife or a Leatherman or something, you can just kind of cut off the leaves or break them with your hand, whatever's easiest. And to save time, the magic of Hollywood, I have one done. So I know you're thinking, Chaz has been doing a lot of talking about being healthy and vegan, but when we stopped at the store, the only thing out of the graham crackers and the chocolate and the marshmallows that is not vegan is the gelatin and the marshmallows. So you can still have a s'more and be healthy, kind of. So a lot of people like to take time to make it golden brown, but I'm a little bit more impatient, and as a kid I just really liked to light it on fire. You can have a s'more in your mouth in half the time. Look at that. And 99.9% vegan.
You can't have just one. I mean, look at that.
How is it? Delicious. Very good.
Cost about $2 a person. Well worth it. We decided to spend the rest of the day eating and drinking around the fire.
Hey, Timmy. Timmy, do you have them cigarettes? Timmy, where are my butts?
If you want to ride the trail,
Timmy, if you don't give me back them butts, I'm coming for you.
I'm
Coming for you now. We talked about this before. We already talked about it.
Give me them butts.
never coming back.
Give me them butts.
We'll ride just like the wind.
Here's another song by my dad and Greg Lund.
Hit the trail again. So don't wait too long for me. 'Cause I may be gone to hell, but I sure ain't gone to jail.
You got it that time.
Yeah. Ride into the sunset's fiery light.
All right, welcome to Maine. Keep an eye out for the Maine state flower, the road goat.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. The Maine state bird, the black fly. It tastes like chicken.
My Pepe said this weekend is a caca.
So there's two things you want to do up to camp. You want to catch fish and drink beer. But if you don't catch fish, just drink beer.
And ride off into the sun.
Yeah.
Don't forget to visit northern Maine, where you get to see the coyotes in the vineyards of the potatoes.
You know, my friend Tunky once said to me, he said, you know, there's nothing better in the woods than a Maine fire. And you can't get there from here.
Okay, where's Len? Nowhere around, so we're gonna flip the chicken for Len.
I'm vegan, I'm not eating chicken, I'm smoking it.
So Lynn, is this your signature dish?
Yeah, burnt, but you're really, really good.
Buffet style though, Steve said you just gotta grab a plate and grab something.
Yeah. Who was in charge of the chicken?
Lynn, you got anything to say?
Here's to us and all that are like us, damn few, they're all dead.
And I'm sitting alone.
Dinner costs $5 a person. One last thing. If you're in Maine in the deep woods, don't forget there's bears.
The way Maine life is.
There might even be a Sasquatch out there. Luckily, we didn't have to shoot any.
$10,000 years ago, there was a mile of ice above us, the Ice Age. And then the Indians were able to come and settle this area as the ice moved back. And as little as 300 years ago, there was only migrating Indian tribes here. So basically, we're seeing the land as it looked back then.
Mist of the morning, as the sun picks up the waves, deep blue sea and you and me. Surf's up, surf's up.